So in true to us fashion, it's currently about 30 after 11. Checkout was at 11. Today we're moving campsites from the main town of Banff and headed to Lake Louise, which
we actually don't have a campsite for tonight.
Oh, we don't have a campsite for tonight. That's good. I guess we're boondocking in a parking lot tonight.
Camping just outside the town of Banff. We're now going north, further into Banff National Park and heading toward Lake Louise. The first time that we visited Banff, we were kind of astounded that there weren't a ton of camping options for motorhomes, and in the summer, you know, it fills up because Banff is so popular. But we found there's an overflow parking lot up by Lake Louise where you can actually pay like $10 Canadian and boondock for the night. So, cheapest spot to camp in Banff. That's where we're heading.
There are actually plenty, you said there are not a ton of campsites for motorhomes. There's a ton of campsites in Banff. There's actually 2,500 campsites. There's not a lot of campsites for people who show up last minute like us. So everywhere, even though we're kind of starting to, I think, to get into shoulder season, it's almost September in a few days, everywhere has still been insanely packed. We were on the food tour we went on last night, Mary told us that every month in the summertime brings 1 million visitors into a town that is otherwise only 9,000 people. So there's a ton of people like us here right now, and for a good reason, because it's beautiful. One cool feature that I like on this Wonder has been something called the lane assist. So if I start veering off to the left or right, it vibrates the steering wheel and lets me know that I shouldn't be doing that before I hit the bumpy things, which gets on Alyssa's nerves hardcore.
Yeah, it's weird how I like you to be a safe driver.
I have hit those way less now that I have.
That's true.
Assist, yeah.
We always like boondocking with good temperatures, so it looks like low is 41. It said 42 a second ago. It's getting colder. Normally this parking lot is just overflow for the Lake Louise parking lots, which are constantly full because it is like so gorgeous there, obviously. And you can shuttle from the parking lot over to the lake. They have buses and everything.
This is my turn.
Yeah, this is your turn. So there's a ton of cars in the parking lot right now. Hopefully we can find a spot to overnight it. All right, looking at those mountains, it definitely looks like it's raining or snowing up there. This is the little turn right here to camp overnight.
Looks like there's plenty of room.
Yeah, well, look at that. This is actually gonna be our first time to boondock in the leisure travel van because we've been staying at RV parks this whole time. And there's solar on the rig, but it's totally cloudy and raining, so that's not really gonna make a difference. But we do have an inverter, so we will see how we handle boondocking.
I actually feel bad. The site that I just pulled in is massive, and we're in 24 feet, so I feel like you could fit like legitimately 3 of our rigs here. But
they do have a ton of room.
That guy is shorter than us, and he's taking up a whole one, so.
It is raining a little bit still.
1080 a day. Credit card payment. Well, that's scary. Just put your credit card down. Just leave it.
I'm sure there's a thing that you put it in. Complete registration, place payment in the envelope, and deposit in vault. I see a recycling bin. I don't see a vault. Oh, probably this right here. Yeah. I guess we need to go get a pin, huh?
Yeah. It's weird that it's only credit card. It's usually like cash or check with these types of things.
Babe, it's 2018. Banff is with it.
Yeah, that's true.
All the other campsites that we've stayed at have been, what, like 30, 40 bucks a night?
That sounds about right.
So this is a third or quarter of the cost. And yeah, you're boondocking in a parking lot, but most of our friends that we talk to prefer to boondock. Especially, you know, it's cheaper and you get to be not surrounded by people. So we've got, look at how much of the parking lot we have to ourselves. It's nice. that plug works on the inverter, but I don't know about all the plugs in the rig yet. We should test them for boondocking. All the USB ports work regardless of if the inverter is on or not. Let's get a plug. The inverter is on right now, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I didn't hear the ding, so it's not charging. So those ones don't work when it's just the inverter.
So this is the inverter up here. I think it's on. I think I just turned it off.
Really?
Nat maybe was coming on now. It says 1 bar. Oh, we're still learning how to work all of this.
Our bedroom is so messy. This one works, but I think here's what it is. Like this one has a sticker on it that says inverted power. So it just must be that certain plugs work on it. Let's see if the one in the bathroom will do it too. Wait, is there a plug in our bathroom? I don't think I've even looked. 3 plugs that work on the inverter.
And we'll ask Leisure if there's more, because maybe there's a good chance we're probably doing something wrong.
There's a really good chance that we're doing this wrong.
We're learning on the go.
Yeah. We do have a generator on board if we do need it, if we want to run the heat pump or a microwave or whatever.
I think they're trying to make the battery stronger, like using lithium-ion batteries and more solar, so people don't have to use generators. At least.
But you have like all the power options. You have solar, you have batteries, you have an inverter, you have a generator, you have electrical hookups. Everything. I like that I can sit right here and cook. Hi.
Hi.
Hold on, let me save my project. I actually came back to work in bed because I needed to charge my computer, and you know, that's the only thing that's working. But then I got comfortable and I didn't bring the charger back. Will you get it for me?
Yeah.
We don't boondock in parking lots often, and I'm kind of being reminded right now of why we don't, because it's kind of boring. Like we got here kind of early in the day, probably what, like 4 or 5 o'clock, and it's been raining, so it's like you can't go outside anyway, even though like there's probably hiking that we could walk to from here. So I'm just chilling with my laptop in bed. But I can charge it, so inverter, yay. We boondock a fair bit in America, and it's a lot harder in Canada because there's a lot of rules and regulations around it. You can only like truly boondock on crown land, which we've heard is both hard to find and really difficult to access. So it's mostly recommended that you have like a 4x4 vehicle, which we are obviously not in.
We haven't tried this firsthand, but this is basically what all of our Canadian RV friends told us. They were like, there is crown land, you can camp on it for free.
They basically said like, don't try to us for the rig that we're in.
Pretty much.
So we will look into it and see if maybe we can find some, but based on what they told us, I don't think we will. So we're just boondocking it in a parking lot right now near Lake Louise, and it's raining outside, so it's kind of one of those boondockings where you're like, okay, I guess we're just gonna have a night in and catch up on work and eat popcorn. So we're just hanging out inside. Heath said that was boring, but that's real life. Good morning.
Good morning.
I actually stayed warm last night.
Oh, you're filming me.
Yeah.
Actually, I was pretty cold. I only had 1 blanket. You doubled up.
I told you to double up before we went to bed.
I know, but then I kicked it off. I didn't want to get hot.
Well, lesson learned.
I did look at the batteries this morning. Our batteries were at still a little over 12.
This actually says we're at 11.9, babe.
Well, it was 12 this morning, but we've both made coffee and everything else, so.
It is sunnier though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is sunnier. It's still pretty overcast.
So we should be charging up.
Charging up today. Every time in the past we've ever boondock, our batteries just die, and then you have to turn the generator or drive the RV or plug into electric or something to that effect.
To charge them back up.
To charge them back up. But this morning we were just down at, I guess, 11.9. It's pretty overcast today still. Oh, and it just went down. So it's kind of teetering right now between 11.9 and 12. And
that's solar.
Yeah.
Slowly working
so
its
you can
way
see
up.
that, yeah, the solar is slowly pushing the battery levels back up. It's like freaking magic. I know that every RV, like most all of our RV friends have solar. And so this is obviously nothing new, and it's just, you know, a thing of the past for them. But for us, it's kind of nice because I'm just like, It's gonna go up a little bit, and I'm gonna get my coffee going, and it's gonna be great.
If it wasn't, you know, raining and cloudy again, it would be perfect.
Yeah,
So we could just boondock
super overcast
all the time.
Yeah, but not a bad spot for $10 a night. It is just a parking lot, but it's really convenient. We're right next to the village, Lake Louise, so if we want to go up there and explore, we're only 30 minutes away from the town of Banff. It's a beautiful drive in between Banff and over here at Lake Louise. Yeah.
Let's go into town.
Let's do it.
Bye. The cheapest that we've camped. My rice is about to overflow.
This is what our rig looks like when we haven't cleaned up anything whatsoever. Eating bear claws in bed with popcorn. This is what we do.
Yeah. Please don't make us your role model. We don't make the healthiest life decisions.